Hey guys, so today I thought I'd be talking about how to end your depression. This is definitely a process, but this video is also only for those I will put out there for who are open to the shift and the change that and believe that it's totally entirely possible to cure their depression naturally, whether they were told that it's genetic, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, or whatever the cause of it may be. Stress overload, even, it doesn't matter what caused it, because my belief is that anything is curable, and if you do not hold that belief, you're not gonna fucking break through your depression whatsoever, because the key to getting through anything is the belief, first of all, that it's possible. So if you do not hold that belief, if you do not agree with me on that, please click away from this video, because this is not for you and it's not going to help you. If anything, it's only going to irritate you. And I don't want to start fights with people. I've done all my research. I've taken psychology before. I know what I'm talking about with all of this stuff. And by psychology, I mean psychology courses. I didn't go to a college for it, but I did take courses on it through distance learning. So, I do know what I'm talking about here, and I am very good with helping people. I've helped many, many people before, thousands of people, in fact. So I do definitely know what I'm doing. So it's not a case of I haven't done all my research. It's not just my experience. I've done all the research. I've studied psychology before, and I've had my own experiences, and I've helped a million of people. Maybe not, no, probably about 1 million people, actually. But you get it, a lot of people. And so today's video is all about how you can end your depression. And again, I suggest clicking away from this video if you do not think that you're ever going to get better, because that is the number one key to getting better, is believing that it's possible through anything. And I do not by any means believe in medication or anything like that to solve this issue, because to me, mental health is entirely a bad habit that is created, and that so many people, oh my god, what am I talking about? And that so many people do not acknowledge the fact, and this is why I don't like going to counselors or anything like that, because they do not acknowledge the fact that depression, chemical imbalance or not, it's literally something that has been created as a habit. I'll get more into the chemical imbalance thing later, because that's just not fitting into the same kind of thing, because there's making it as a bad habit, and then sometimes there is a chemical imbalance in the brain that starts off that way, as in it starts off as a chemical imbalance. It's not something that, it's something more so that you're born with, or it's genetic based, in other words. And it's because of your family or whatever, down the family line, whatever. It's in your family, it's in your bloodline. That's just how it is. Even that, I do believe 100% can be solved, because to me, that is because people in the family line didn't fucking solve it. They took medication for the rest of their lives, counseling, therapy for the rest of their lives, and they didn't fucking solve shit. To me, solving shit is the only way. And on your own, completely on your own, I mean, you can have help from other people and support and all that. That's always a good thing. But medication and, therapy and sitting in a corner and crying for the rest of your life, and then getting a full-time job that you're not happy doing, that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is genuinely working with yourself. I can say that I've had schizophrenic traits, I have 4 anxiety disorders, I have severe depression, I have a lot of shit. This would take up the whole video if I were to explain all of the fucking mental health issues that I fucking face, or considered mental health issues. I only use the labels because it's easier to talk to people about it, because it's so much easier than just explaining all of the symptoms of depression and all of the symptoms of anxiety disorders out there and all of that, and schizophrenic traits. It's so much easier than just sitting there describing all of those things to those people, because it's a lot to fucking point out, and it's you might as well just use the fucking label, because that's what people are about these days. is labels. So when you go to talk to somebody, it's just so much easier to use the labels. But honestly, it's frustrating when you as a person know that it's just a label. And honestly, mental health is just a bad habit. And if it is something that you are born into, or it's something that, it's said to be a medical reason causing it, anything and everything is caused by an imbalance. So in order to create the balance, you need to find the balance. You need to create it for yourself. What does balance mean to you in the area of depression or anxiety? What does it look like when it's balanced out? Think about that and create that in your daily life. All it is breaking a bad habit, because here is why. We are so negatively influenced in this world. We all know that there's a lot of negative and bad things that surround us all the time on this fucking planet. I prefer to try and not look at those things, and this is one of the reasons why, because it just fucking upsets me a lot, and it's really irritating to see everyone else walking in a fucking haze while a little amount of people are not. A lot of people are going through awakenings, but a lot of people are also convinced that there's something wrong with them, so therefore they need to go on medication and they need to start going to therapy and whatever, and then it fucks them up and they feel like it's actually an issue in the sense that it can't be fixed. And another thing that I hate about counselors and such is that, and like going to counseling and all of that, is that they don't try to convince you of your true power. They try to convince you of medication or, just sitting there complaining to them the whole time. It has nothing. That's why I prefer life coaches, because they remind you of your true power. They help you fucking create your goals, and that's what you should be focusing on. And so many people, like with depression, for instance, depression is like the number one thing that I always feel is wrong with people. And like, I know a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like they're depressed and diagnosed with it or not. And to me, diagnosis doesn't really do anything. I've been diagnosed with a lot of fucking shit. And honestly, I can tell you, it is like a fucking quiz on the internet. So you know what? If they're fucking taking diagnose quizzes on Google or what, you know what? It is the fucking same ass thing, because they do the same fucking thing in a fucking, the only difference is that they have a fucking professional fucking degree, but the questions are roughly the same. Some of them do like the Google quiz and stuff, like some of those quizzes like are a little bit off, like, but definitely the said to be professional quizzes on the websites that, again, they always say like, don't take it too seriously. This is not, this is something to only consider. It's not like a professional diagnosis, right? But roughly the quizzes are all the same, because that is what they do, is they quiz you. That's it, that's all. And, you talk to them about what's happening and they examine a little bit, and then they give you a fucking piece of paper with questions on it. And again, it's like, how do you feel about this? Very strongly, not strongly at all, like those kinds of things. And so, it's really not hard, and especially for you as a person, you know yourself the best. You know what the fuck you're fucking facing, right? Like, period. You know who you are. You know what you're facing. You know what you're going through. And even if you don't, you'll figure it out. And even if you don't, you're also willing to fucking take the time to figure it out, or at least you should be willing to. And that's kind of why I said earlier too to click away from this video, like, for those who are not willing to do that, because that keeps me kind of more on track with what I'm saying, because I don't have to worry about who's resonating with it and who isn't, because this is only for people who are actually willing to like get better. Because depression and anxiety and all of these mental health things that are said to be wrong with us are all just bad habits. And that's, again, because we are so negatively influenced all the time, that, and we are also trained to stick in our heads a lot, like stay within our thoughts, and that's not healthy, because then we are dwelling and thinking to the point that we think our life sucks. and we're not paying attention to anything else other than our thoughts and our mind and how it's working and all of that. And that is not going to help you get better. In a sense, it does play an important role in getting better because the bad habits do stick with the brain, not the heart, right? You do have to fucking work your way around that. You do have to train your mind to focus on what you're thinking about when you're thinking about it. And when you realize that you're thinking negative thought patterns, you need to quickly change it. Not to mention, thoughts are very, very powerful. So if we're living in a depressed world all the time in our heads, it's going to be reflecting into our realities. So it's really, really, really important to not get too lost in your thoughts. And I know it is very, very hard to just stop thinking certain things. Like, believe me, even I still struggle a lot with these things. But way, way, way less because I've done the training, I've done the work, I've put in the effort. And that's why I'm making this video for everyone who is willing and wanting to put in the effort. They're ready for the shift, they're ready for the change. There are a lot of positive changes and shifts happening right now. I also did a 2018 prediction and also further on into 2020 and so on because I really don't know when that vision ended. I don't know what time frame it ended at. But I do see a lot positive shifts coming for our world. And that's on my vlog channel, by the way. I forgot to say if you want to go check that out. But I do see like a lot of positive shifts coming for our world. And I know that right now is the perfect time to change. And especially with fall or autumn, whatever you want to call it, is like one of the best times. And it's one of my favorite times, not only because it's my birth season, but because it is the season of death and rebirth. So it is like the perfect time to start creating things and, you know, making a list of your goals and starting to take action on your goals, whichever the first step you need to take is, because you might have already had a list for a few years or a few months, whatever. So maybe now it's your time to take the action on it. Like, make the plan and then take the action. And also, that's another thing too, is sticking towards the outcome, not the transition. I've made a few videos about this too. When you focus on the transition of, you know, from your problems to your desired destination, you're gonna fucking get lost to the point that you're not gonna wanna continue towards your destination because you're not fucking focusing on it anymore. All you're focusing on is the pain and the transition that can sometimes happen, because by no means are transitions fun. By no means is anybody's transition a positive, a full-on positive, roses and rainbows and fucking unicorns fucking road. It's not always great for anybody. It's never great for anybody, honestly. And so it's really, really important to focus on the desired destination, not the path you're taking, because then a lot of people start to think that they're on the wrong path, but they're on the right path. It's just funny enough that when you're on the right path, the universe starts kind of testing you to see how much you actually care about getting to your dream destination. Like, for me with YouTube, it's taken down YouTube's video editor. I kept going. Oh, and also before that, it also had a lot of people against me trying to stop me. A lot of people have power over me trying to stop me. That didn't stop me. Took down YouTube videos editor. Didn't stop me. Took down, well, it is in the process of taking down my phone's video editor. Hasn't stopped me. I learned how to cope with raw footage. Sometimes I still edit my videos if the video editor is still up, which right now it is, so that's not an issue right now. But for the most part, I do raw footage as much as possible because I've trained myself to do raw footage. To see, it tests you to see how bad you really want that. How much are you willing to, like, get there? How much are you willing to do to get to where you want to be? That's how it is, right? It seems kind of unfair and unfortunate to some people. Again, if you're not willing to focus on your desired path and destination, or desired destination, not your desired path, I'm pretty sure most people would not prefer to experience the pain of the path that it can sometimes bring, but it is the case. And honestly, but you'll be thankful that you took it, and it's only meant to benefit us in the end. Honestly, everything that happens to us is so that we're prepared for everything that needs to come in the future to create the lives that we want and choose. So I really hope that I made everything quite clear in this video. I know I have a bad habit of talking a lot and rambling off and being random sometimes. But I really do feel like I did cover everything that it takes to end your depression. And maybe even a bit more than I even thought I was going to end up covering, but this video is getting very, very long. That's not why I'm stopping it though. That's part of the reason, but not the full reason. But I do hope that I did cover everything and that it made sense for you guys and that it has made you guys feel hopeful and passionate about your dream destination and that it's motivating you to work towards that rather than focusing on the burdens that are in your life right now. Don't focus on those things. Focus on the outcome that you want. What is going to make all of this worth it to you? Don't do anything for money. Don't do anything because people want you to do it. Do what you want to do. That's that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And if you guys have any questions or video recommendations for me at all, do be sure to leave them in the comments below this video. I will also link my second channel in the description below this video if you guys want to go check that out too. I have some interesting videos on there too. If you guys like my videos on this channel or even this video just individually, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, you will definitely like my vlog channel. It's not just vlogs, by the way. It's all the random videos that doesn't fit into guidance, but I always seem to fit some sort of guidance in with those videos, so you will definitely be interested in that channel too. I definitely feel it.